Hey everybody, welcome back. Gonna keep on this trajectory. Mostly this is probably for me. Maybe it's too soon after reading that eclipse energy yesterday to look at the energy for the week, but it can't hurt, right? And it also I need to get back into the groove of things. So although it is Monday that I'm recording this and there is construction out there, so who knows what's about to happen. But I wanted to stick with it and get on top of it and keep going with this momentum. Hope you all did well through the eclipse energies last night, and that you were able to take care of yourself and get some good rest, but also do some good shifts and changes and manipulations into uh, anchoring in your grounding, your connection to source, and your heart centered expansion. Yeah. All right, let's just get right to it. We're going to do the energy read with the energy cards, all the chakra energy cards, and just see what this week holds in store for us. Okay, okay, we're taking an overall look with these cards. Okay, yeah, I had a feeling this was going to come up. I kind of had it envisioned in my head. Maybe I brought it to the surface. If only I'm that powerful. I should get manifesting other things. Okay, there are an infinite number of possibilities in my life. Okay, that seems par for the week. It's like there's a lot of things centering around what's coming and changing and happening for us. So it's important that we're seeing everything. The big picture is what I'm hearing. Make sure we're looking at the big picture, and we may not be required this week to make decisions, but make sure you're seeing everything available before you make those decisions. That's what I'm hearing. So, but make sure, yeah, do the investigation work. Start looking at things, see what you're doing. Whoops. Okay, that's too many cards. Okay, it'll come back. Is that it? Oh, I saw that on the bottom, and so it's got to be it. Alliance. And then interesting, like it's very North American, Aboriginal. Four directions are in there. Um, I would say, yeah, again, this is just like about putting everything together. So making sure we've got, bringing all the pieces together and then moving forward in an alliance, being together. So it seems like it's going to be a work week of just making sure, like I said, not necessarily making decisions, but making sure we have the overall, all the facts, all the ducks in a row kind of thing, kind of mentality. So let's jump right in and look at the week as a whole. We'll start with today through about, Wednesday, Thursday, midweek, and what we're looking at. Okay, we've got a lot of like really um, like purple cards. So third eye and crown kind of combination. And it all has to do with, uh, they all have different things on them. So we'll go through them one at a time. But they're all very linked into, so the beginning part of this week is definitely, if you're getting your ducks in a row, it's focusing on intuition um, and the overall question of existence, that kind of thing. I'll show you what we got. So first up, the Oracle's Gift. This for me, when it comes up in a reading, it is, like the thing is that you're the oracle, we're the oracle. So this is about us tapping in to our discernment, our intuition, and, deciding. It is part of that decision thing, like what is resonating for me, and that's very eclipse energy, right? Like we said this eclipse was not going to be necessarily about physical um, clearing of stuff. It's going to be more of like a spiritual clearing of stuff. What methods and modalities to spirituality are working for you? What isn't? What can you eliminate? What can you focus on? So the key for this is really diving into our intuition at the beginning of this week and start asking those questions. Is this serving me? And this can even come down to like who you're listening to, whether that's me or other people. Is it resonating still? So doing that sort of deep dive on what we're spiritually ingesting and if that's like raising or lowering our frequency and those sorts of things. So it's starting to like really ask us to like, well, basically, and it's the Virgo season thing, right? Like it's like clean house. It's funny when I said that it was 555. So change is coming, but we have to be ready for that change, but we have to clear out the old before we can get the new, right? Yeah, I'm gonna read this one first. Existence came up. So it's just it feels like a really introspective week. So make sure you're doing the deep spiritual dives. Who am I? Why am I here? And but it's not just about asking those questions and listening for answers. It's about the answer is coming from within. So it's really listening. And asking those questions, right? And I always say like this one is like there's definitely that witch upon a star element in there where it's like put your hopes and dreams out there on that spiritual level. Like where do you see earth? Where what do you want to be doing? How metaphysically do you want to be helping others as well as yourself? So yeah, really yeah, it just seems like it's all about just tuning in and refining the details this week of our spiritual life. We also got the despondence card. So when I get this is very clearly Mother Earth. The earth is in her belly. And I always say this person's very, I don't want to say skeptical, but very despondent. They're just put off. They're just like nothing's happening, no changes. Oh, you could tell I've used these cards. They're all like chipped around the edges. Um, I just always say for this one, it's like this is the doubting part of us right now that's going, nothing will ever change, nothing's happening. Um, but the thing is that, and the big message I'm getting for this is like, particularly for this eclipse that I've seen other people saying is this eclipse is a big one for Mother Earth. This is a big part of her shift. We're part of that shift. We're going along with her. So it's just, I think, yeah, this, what I'm hearing more is it's not so much about being despondent and just uh, putting your head in the sand or ignoring it because, or just being aloof to it. It's about, it goes back to like, to counteract that despondence, really, you've got to tap into your intuition and see what it's telling you about this change. So it is happening. And the last card we got, see all the purples, all the crown and third eye, the inspiration card. Ideas spark conception impulse. Yeah, so it is really about finding that spark this week. Like what makes you click spiritually with self and all of that. So like I said, it's a very beginning part of the week, very introspective. Really kind of doing the checklist and the deep dive of you and your spirituality and where you're at in all of this. And then counteracting. It's also I'm getting to, it goes back to that eclipse, um, the eclipse read, where it was like, it's really important. The Mother Earth card is coming up because it's important that we are connecting into all those points. So we're connecting into her, we're connecting into source, and then like merging everything and at heart center. So just really, it's almost like, it's funny because it is very Virgo season feeling too. It's like very methodically going through the checklists and the points and checks and balances and all of that, and just making sure that, again, it's part of being in alignment, right? So just continuing to really do deep dive, but it's saying at the beginning of the week, the focus is definitely on third eye and crown and intuition. Fun stuff. I kind of like this though, because this has a nice ease to it. Whereas like most of the summer I felt really was tumultuous. Like it was always like the energy was so intense, it was like spinning, like you were in a constant spin cycle, and it was just like, oh my God, make it stop. And now we've come to this point, I feel like there's beeping. I don't know if you can hear that. But anyway, we've come to this point where it's like, okay, we're going to go through this and we're going to do this, but we're going to do it like we've got lots of time. We've got till the 22nd, till equinox, which doesn't seem like a lot of time at the rate that time is speeding up, but it's fine because we can just take our time with this. So, like, that was just a read for the first 3 days. You've got three, you could use the whole week to do that. But just it's just giving us pointers as what to do. Like, so if you're anything like me, it's like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, should I meditate? Should I be out in the world actually standing up for stuff and helping? Or like, how does this all work? Um, and honestly, the answer we always keep coming back to is work on yourself. Okay, let's look at the end of the week. I'm kind of getting the feeling it might be a little bit different, but yeah, we can just all go through this checklist together. Okay, this will be funny if it does what I think it's about to do it all. But yeah, it's totally doing it. Okay, I'm just gonna pause right here because, um, like I said, I'll do the other cards. I don't know if they're gonna come up like that, but I want to share with you what I'm looking at. So the beginning part of the week was crown chakra, right? And now I've just done 2 cards. I haven't done the other 2. We'll see if they coincide. But they're both root chakra. So I had a feeling it was like at the end of the week we're going to be working on a different chakra. Let's see if the other 2 cards come up like that. Oops. It's kind of funny. Yeah. If they do come up, I'll laugh. That could be. Not an earth. But that deck isn't fully chakra based. All right. Ah, got slidey cards here. A little bit different, but I kind of get what it's saying. 1 second here. Okay. Actually, maybe that is the throat. Okay. Thursday through the rest of the week. Now asking us to focus a little bit differently. So, like, again, easy part of the first week was just focusing on crown and third eye chakra. End of the week, focusing more on earth star chakra and root chakra. Earth magic comes up. Bare feet on the ground. So really important that we're practicing things like grounding. So make sure somewhere in this weekend you are barefoot on the ground if you're able to. If not, hugging a tree or just getting outside in nature, but really connecting with Mother Earth. As that despondence piece that came up at the beginning of the week means that like she's in her shift, something's happening. So we need to be there for her and ourselves. So again, keeping our vibrations as high as we can. We got the perfection card as well. This one I always use as a manifestation card, but it's also like to remind you that you're already doing it. It's okay. So if you look in this card, the person here is in a robe which has berries or raspberries on them, whatever you want to say they are, connecting to their higher self. Whatever they're wishing and longing for, the higher self is speaking into, manifesting in, and then we've got all these berries. So we've got a whole berry bush, everything. So this is saying from a grounded place this weekend, start speaking to your higher self and manifesting, like really perfect manifestation. It's it's so abundant right now. So abundant right now. So lots of manifestation for the weekend. Okay, this is where it gets a little like different is like this card is always interesting to me because it's like it has this really interesting meaning. So it's we call it the laziness card. So it is blue. I don't think it's a throat chakra card. But anyway, it has more to do with the elements than that. But um this card is like it's a dual meaning card. So it's like it's okay to rest and relax and just be in the moment. It's not considered laziness until it becomes too much. So if we're doing this for too long, it's like the emotional thing. Don't stay in those states you know, of laziness too long. But it's also saying like, again, we have this time to be like doing this with ease and grace. So take your time with it. And if you're like out in nature and you're just like, I just don't feel like doing anything but sitting here and watching the world go by, then do that. Um, that's a really good state to be in. Like, it helps when you're manifesting because we're in a state of peace and ease and grace. All right, the last one we got was the throat chakra as well. So I know those like it totally doesn't go, and it's but I think this relates back to this is when we often think of throat chakra, it's again it is a lot to do with that discernment. So again, refining our lists of what's working for us, what isn't, being honest about that, being truthful to ourselves about that. But it is about speaking. And remember, I said to you, like, I was watching that thing about the angels, and it's like, they won't interject in your free will unless you verbally speak it out loud. It needs to have the vibration, the energetic connection. So if we're just like manifesting on paper or in our head, like, I mean, that's a good way to like work out what we want to get our checklist done. But we need to like just like actually speak this out into reality. So start using your voice. I think that's what I don't think this is what I'm hearing is we need to start speaking it out loud. So once you've kind of refined that list and you know what you want to manifest is, and you can see too, even like the higher self is like the energy is coming out of the mouth. It's not coming out of the eyes or the head. It's coming out of the mouth. So it's like we need to start learning how to speak this into reality. So that is your homework for this weekend. Tricky. Okay, let's sum it up. Usually don't do this, but we'll sum it up. See where we end up at the end of the week. The Hermit. Oh, interesting. Okay. I journey to a place of solitude to deepen my understanding of self-knowledge. Yeah, it's kind of this, it's the laziness card too. It's like, um, I don't even see it as lazy. I see this guy as like he's got a drink in his hand and he's just chill. And it's like they're really like pounding home to like, you need to spend a little time by yourself being introspective and just at ease and peaceful and in the flow. That's in the flow. You are in the flow, and the answers are kind of forthcoming within that. So don't panic, don't rush through this. Take your time. We've got lots of time. We just opened the eclipse store yesterday, so we've got ton of, yeah. We also the space card. And this isn't like outer space. This is like all the space. It's just like take the time. And again, that's interesting. That's like fairly like a lot of root chakra and base and sacral and all of that. So it's like really, yeah, give yourself space this week. That's what I'm getting. The space and time to do this stuff. And just again, it's not a race. Take your time. We got lots of time. All right, let's do 3 of the golden futures and we'll leave it there for this week. And then let's keep going through the weeks. Um, you know what I will do though is I thought I left those out. Oh, I did. Right at the end, because I'm not going to do a second video for the 9/9 portal. is we'll read one portal card just to see what it means to us tomorrow. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, sorry. I thought I got enough sleep last night. I guess not. Okay. Other things we can focus on to help us move forward into this golden light. Our beautiful planet comes up, which is really interesting though too, because that's Gaia, right? So there's this real kind of like um, call to be connecting into her. So make sure we're doing that. Restore the natural world. Gosh, we're trying really hard. Animals comes up too. So again, the nature thing. So the best way usually to connect with them on Earth is just to go out in nature and be there. Um, Again, be with your pets. They're really, they're coming along with this too, right? Like, so they're going through the same sort of process. It works very differently for them. They're I can't remember what someone said, it's happening more cerebrally to them. I don't really know what that means. But yeah, if you have pets, like start, a lot of people say to me that they're acting weird, and I'm like, well, they're changing, right? They're changing into something different too. So, okay, interesting. Okay, so clothing comes up, but I don't think it's that. It says, let your outer express your inner. So, again, we've been asked this weekend to kind of do this more connection to ourself and introspection. So, when we start to really connect with who we are internally, make sure you're expressing that externally. I guess you can do it in clothes, but yeah, it's just like make sure the energy is not stagnant inside of you and that you're like sharing it with everybody. Okay, let's look at the 9-9 portal tomorrow, what the purpose of it is and what we need to look at. The Temple of Truth. Throat chakra, funny. Start speaking your manifestation out loud. Authenticity and self-expression. Again, it's like, who do we want to be? What do we want to see? What do we want to do? So it's really critical we start using our voice to express the truth of who we are and what's happening. So, all right, enjoy this next week, and we'll see you next week and see where we're at with all of that. Take care of yourselves.